Hello and welcome to episode 70 of the Terminus podcast for the weeks of February 4th, 2017.
Woo!
I am your dispatcher, Ellis, otherwise known as Train Man. With me, my engineers, as always, are Wyble, JDur, and Milky. And our special guest this week is somebody brand new to the podcast, Dachshund Railfan.
Hi.
You want to tell us how you ended up in this mess?
Well, I heard Skype go off, I checked it, I saw that you asked the question and nobody answered it yet. I saw what the question was, and immediately ran to my room to grab my encyclopedia of trains and locomotives.
Oh, hey, somebody else uses a book. I'm glad you got the information right.
Oh, hey. Yeah. Just remember, kids, books are right no matter what you think, say, or what everybody else seems to tell you.
Mm-hmm.
Before we get to that.
Kids. I mean, American books.
But, you know, if people would quit that, then idiocy might be able to terminate at this station.
You're not stealing my line this time. The train will terminate at the station.
No, it won't.
Okay, this week we are spectating Mr. Pester Person Guy Thingy in Rockfort Town Place. Gary's Mod game. Other nouns are available.
Other nouns are available. I'd like to point out that, just for the sake of shouting this out in the podcast and making note of it, Pester has been screwed out of getting on the podcast like 3 times.
Yeah.
I legitimately feel bad for him.
Did he get screwed again this week?
No, not this week.
No.
But he's not had too much luck.
Well, yeah, but again, at least he didn't get screwed again this week.
Yeah, I mean, you know, icing on silver linings and all that.
Yeah.
Anyways, what has a silver lining here? I mean, okay, I've got a question. Do the inside of FedEx trucks have silver linings?
Yes, they do.
Okay, good, because this front runner found that silver lining, as we talked about last week. But now we actually have a video of the train hitting the FedEx truck, the train that Achilles was on 2 weeks ago. When we were,
yes.
Yeah.
He has like friggin' PTSD from.
We reported it before local news sources had video of it.
Because we are, however, by the time the podcast was processed and put out, it was old news.
Yeah.
If anybody heard about it solely via the podcast, or via the podcast first,
congrats.
Yeah, congratulations.
Congrats, you are completely disconnected and should probably just watch the news.
All right, I'm playing the video of this right now, and we can talk about something else very briefly. Okay, he's trying to make it across the railroad tracks very slowly. Oh, there comes the front runner. Wow, it just basically disintegrated.
It does just appear out of nowhere, and the truck becomes many pieces of truck.
It becomes many boxes.
The worst part is...
So,
what?
On behalf of America's Railroads, if you had an Amazon order of, cheese puffs or something stupid like that, because we know you did, we apologize.
Alright, what's the worst part?
Also, I'd like to interject here. Truckers are fuckers shipped by rail.
Wow.
I think that's what we've proven here today.
Okay. So what's the worst part?
About a minute after the train hit the truck, well, probably less than a minute, the gates actually start to go down.
Oh my god, really? I didn't watch that part of the video. It's,
Would be actually great is if it cleaved what was left of the truck in half or something.
Or the gates go down and break on the truck. They snap off.
1,000-degree knife versus semi.
Jeez.
Hold on.
1,000 tons of front runner versus semi. Oh, so that's how that goes.
1,000 tons of front runner. Shit.
Alright, so what else have we got? So that's our sort of callback to last time, and we've picked up some interesting news since then.
Yep.
I know a little bit of it is close to home for some people, and a little bit of it is not so much. So, what are we going to talk about now?
Speak of stuff that's close to home. The Oregon Electric 21 project is 93% funded. Woo! We have roughly around, I'm going to double check here, but around... No. Even though the tight deadline makes it seem that way.
How much longer is left on that?
About a week.
How much more money do you need?
That's what I'm checking.
$10.
Yeah, because I was gonna say I'll pitch it. You know, if it's
3
not much,
cents.
Can we get the trains group to band together and cover 7%?
7% of what? Is
yeah,
the question?
That's the question.
Like 7% of 70 grand or something.
No, it is. The total was 38 grand.
Oh,
so 7% is still quite substantial.
Yeah, it's quite substantial. Oh well.
At least for high school and college students who are basically...
It was just 2,800 away.
Well, you know what they say, it's the thought
and
that
with
counts.
the way that fundraising has gone, I'm confident that we can do. Yeah.
Oh, okay. I'm glad.
Because we had 3 to 4 months to waste this money. Because they want to opt their property like 2 weeks from now. They want to opt.
Actually, no. I was gonna make a mean joke, but you know who else actually is confident? And this I can bust into my whole thing from the Big E. So, I went to the Amherst Model Railway Festival at the Big E Fairgrounds in Springfield, Massachusetts. It's this massive 4-building model railroad convention, blah blah blah. And
woo!
Yeah, and I can talk about this in both segments, so I'll keep them relatively separate. This is just going to be the real stuff. And I actually ran into a few interesting people there. One of them being the Rhode Island Rail Explorers, and they said if I don't manage to get an internship with RIDOT, to come to them. But that's cool.
Nice.
Yeah, I got 2 people's business cards.
Wait, they actually offer like jobs?
Yeah.
Oh. How well do those pay?
Did you see?
I mean, probably not well. They're just turning pedal cards and stuff like that. But hey, it's something. And it means I basically get a little in the the railroading scene around here, and B, they work with the DOT. So.
Yeah.
Did you see?
The DOT. You.
I see what.
Did you see Rapido trains while you were there?
I did not. That wouldn't be the section.
Wrong section.
I can talk about my other issues, or my sights of models while I was there. I did not buy anything, but I came close a couple times. Anyways, so they were the first group that I ran into that I really chatted
Rule number
with.
one of train shows: you must always buy something.
No. I went over to the Essex Steam Train and Riverboat booth. I had a conversation with them as well. And then I saw from across the hall the BM 3713 booth, which had a fairly large banner. And I went, oh, I gotta go talk to these guys. And so I went over there, and there was actually just one guy manning the booth because the other guy apparently was sick that day. So he could not go and walk around or whatever, so he was just kind of hanging out there. And I figured, I'll make conversation with him for a while. And he painted, by far, the most optimistic picture of what's going on in the inner workings of Steamtown compared to anyone that I've talked to.
Really?
Anyone that I've talked to that actually knows anything of what's going on, because aside from speculation.
Right.
Because they're very, there were a lot of high points, and mostly he's talking about how much they've gotten done, and how much, how much they're planning to do this coming summer and stuff like that, where parts are getting shipped off due for work. A lot of stuff is getting shipped off down to the Tennessee Valley Railroad Museum. I believe it or not. Yeah.
Kind of have surprised they're not sending stuff to Age of Steam.
I'm surprised I was surprised they weren't sending stuff to Strasbourg, but Strasbourg really has its hand.
Strasbourg is really, really pricey, is the only thing.
I don't doubt that.
Oh my God, Strasburg!
I'm glad we have somebody filling in for TJ.
Yes.
Anyways, so he was very, very happy about the new management, the new woman who's in charge. He said she's very engaged with everybody, with everything that's going on. She'll go out and walk the floor of the shop every couple of days and make sure everyone's doing their job, and basically hold people accountable. He said the biggest problem right now is the fact that, partially due to the last administration at Steamtown sort of not being the best, and it's a consequence of a couple other things, but there's been just a sort of brain drain in the Steamtown shops, and they went from 22 people working the engine and car shop, 22 hires, not including volunteers, to 10, I think.
Do they still have the budget for hires?
Well, that's the thing. Theoretically, there could be room in the budget to get more people because they had them previously, and it fit in the budget. But the problem is right now there's a federal hiring freeze, so they couldn't get more people if they wanted to.
Oh.
And the other thing about budget, by the way, and with them being a national park and stuff like that, he said it's hard for them to get corporate sponsors because the corporate sponsors will look at them being a national park and say, you guys get enough money from the government. Stuff
right.
Like that. And meanwhile, meanwhile the national parks are horribly underfunded and this, that, the other.
Mm.
And, those were his gripes, but he seemed fairly confident about what they were doing with 3713, and he was very, very happy. Stop crinkling.
Stop.
He was very, very happy with the progress that they've made and that they're going to be making. So I'm looking forward to see what this year has in store for them. Apparently, it has in store a new website, but I have not seen that yet. It's not updated yet.
Speaking of new websites, the Sumter Valley Railroad, recently we did their website out. It's more clean, more modern.
Oh, well, I see. So it works better than the old one?
It looks way better.
Yeah, but does it work better? That's the problem with you guys.
Also, typically they don't look any better.
But they're more functional.
For people who aren't following, we're making fun of the railroad, not their website.
Anyways.
Well, speak of horribly murdering the memory of the UN. Colorado Railroad Museum. Currently, we're doing a lot of work on UNA 50, the combine that the UNA Railroad had for quite some time. Hang on just a sec.
The West.
It was built as, I believe, 2 cars. We're not really sure of the history because it's kind of a mess, but ran on the
Welcome to the UNA Railroad.
Yeah. The more I look at the car, the more we look at the car, it's like, yeah, this is a mess. But anyway, that's what we've been doing a lot of work on most recently at CRM. However, our biggest announcement is not more work on the 50. Our biggest announcement to be made is that tentative date that we will, we've released to the public, and we've actually released information on this for once.
Oh my god.
RGS number 20. Which has been in Strasburg, Pennsylvania now for 10 years.
Oh my god, seriously?
Well, 10 years minus 3 months because it took it 3 months to get there for some stupid reason.
The Great Train Robbery.
It's coming back to the Colorado State or not the State Road Museum, just the Colorado Railroad Museum on July 31st.
Woo!
Woo! So
we'll see.
Set a date. Set a date. The more people we have watching this thing on the trailer, the more we can be sure it won't take 3 months to get back.
See, we're gonna have to have people following it. It's like they just took a turn off the highway in the middle of nowhere. Where are they going?
Well, no, I would purposely go down, to the to the interstate to see the truck come through with it.
Yeah,
and it's gone.
And it's gone.
There's no engine on the trailer.
It's all foam. It's the Emma Sweeney replica. It's fake.
But you get it, and it's like a cardboard cutout of the engine.
Yeah. But
and where is it?
It's just a little. It's just like a little HO model of it.
Yeah.
Just on a giant full-size flatbed.
Be on the lookout for that, people. And as well, my last little piece of news, just because it kind of segues into it nicely. Speaking of the Strasburg Railroad, where this engine is having all this work done, and has been for the past 10 years, the Railroad Museum of Pennsylvania, just a couple weeks ago, put out a new display. The 406, their E6 locomotive, is back on display. And apparently it's really shiny and really nice.
Yeah. 460.
Or 460, sorry.
Triggered.
What did I say?
You said 406.
You said 406.
Oh, sorry.
Yeah, whatever. The 406 looked exactly the same, so.
Yeah, it's an E6.
It probably has parts from the 406. Let's be honest. This is how they do that. Oh, and speaking of Pensy, and speaking of corporate sponsors, to seg back from the Steamtown discussion, guess what has a cab now?
The T1?
The T-1.
I saw that.
Not Dash.
T-1.
Give Milky a
Dash
point.
Dash is superfluous.
Give Milky a point.
Done.
You don't know why an annoying could put a new cab on those.
I don't think they need one.
That's T1ist.
Don't you mean T-1ist?
Yeah.
The T-1s are their own thing.
But they have a new cab, or they have a cab. Obviously, it's a new cab.
Yeah.
It's currently in pieces, but they're putting it together, and that's that's a serious piece to have, just like anything else at this point. But I've noticed that bye-bye.
Oh, who died? All right, bye.
I've noticed that on their webpage, he's back.
Or not.
On their webpage, they have 3 new corporate sponsors. So they started off with just SolidWorks. Now they have Gemini, Jack Tool Engineered Solutions, and Curry Rail Services.
Ooh.
So
nice.
They are picking up sponsors, and they are, as seen in the following publications in 9 different magazines, including Popular Mechanics.
Nice.
It's nice to see that they're still gaining traction, because they don't ever update their damn website. So
yeah. We have a sponsorship from Curry Rail Services.
Curry.
Curry.
Yeah, Curry Rail Services. So, don't hold your breath while you're going through the tunnel.
So, speak of the building of new steam locomotives. The P2 project has, they didn't update their website for the longest time, and now they have a lot of news.
Okay. You want to give it to us rapid fire?
Is it done?
Is it done?
Yes. So,
yes.
James May built a slacking cock flange for them.
Cock.
Which they did a video on for BBC Look North or whatever their segment is for that sort of a thing.
Okay.
They're announcing a couple other funders projects that right now they're beginning really looking at the boiler. So the boiler, they released a little thing, the boiler in detail. So they're now allowing people to sponsor boiler. Boiler in detail is use the diagram of the 118A Tornado boiler with detailed modifications to improve the overhaul life of it. Interchangeable with the Tornado boiler. So I think it's just slightly smaller than the one that the P2 had, but they will have the same boiler design. Which, for Ellis and I both just went like, ooh, that's ooh, shiny. Yeah, the Tornado boiler is 17 inches shorter than the actual P2 boiler, so the 2007 The Prince of Wales smoke box will be extended to rectify for this, which is just something that they're going to do. And it will be 250 pounds per square inch of Tornado's boiler will be retained to improve economy and increase maximum power. So I believe that's a higher pressure than the old boiler. But that is now open for sponsorship. They've got a card sponsoring it that says "Make this Valentine's Day hot and steamy."
That's perfect.
Yeah. But the boiler will, as soon as they get funding for it, it will probably begin work at the Dampflokwerk mine again, where they did the work on Tornado's boiler. As well, They now have the beating on the smoke lifting plates, which I think are the little... They're like the half elephant ears that it has. Yeah. It's like partially... It's like streamlined, but the elephant ears are integrated into the streamline. It's kind of weird. But the little streamliney bits for the smoke box are now flanged over and done. They're working on driven bolts, frame stays. The frame is now completely stayed, which is good. Or it's all the major frame stays are in place, which is really, really good. They're working on some of the brake rigging, brake hangers, trunnion guides. A lot of trunnion guides, actually. Set of roller bearings, pony truck, pintle. Interesting. In America, those are called bissel posts. And a small
I don't know what they are either way, so that's fine.
It's like, if I'm not mistaken of what I'm looking at, although I might be mistaken, it's like a centering device for the pilot truck.
Oh, okay.
As well, they've been doing steps and stuff for both the running boards and the cab, and have been pulling the smoke box on and off from staying it, doing work on the smoke box, the little streamliney bits, all that sort of thing. So, the P2 project has done a lot, and this hasn't been us like falling behind with the updates. All of that was from the 24th of January through the present time.
Nice.
Damn.
So that has all been very, very recently added to their website.
Jeez.
Yeah.
How do I newsletter?
So, yeah, P2 woo. So, just remember, make this Valentine's Day hot and steamy.
That reminds me of something stupid that I have to point out.
What? Because that isn't stupid enough.
No. Like they're building a new engine, right?
Right.
When it's done, it will be what was the actual phrasing? Okay, so there's a thing on the COG Wikipedia page. Mount Washington COG Railway. There's a thing about them building their engines, because they have the list of all the engines that they run, and when they were built, and who has what cab, and what their original names were when they changed them 5 times, and their numbers, and stuff like that.
And then gave them the number of the other engine that had it at the same time.
Yeah, so... where is the phrasing on this one? It was... built in 1983 by Mike Kenley at the COG shop. At the time was the world's newest steam locomotive. and I mean, when I first read through that, it was like, oh, cool, that's pretty cool. It was the world's newest steam locomotive. And then when I read through it again, I was like, wait a minute. Yeah, of course it was. They just built it.
It's like, steam locomotive. Yeah, really. I hadn't noticed.
So that's the thing I was thinking with, the P2, when it's built, it's going to be the newest steam locomotive. Well, no kidding.
It'll be the newest locomotive in the world for a very brief period of time.
Yep.
But speaking of the COG, actually, this is back to the Big E, right? I'm sitting at the booth, the Providence Northern booth, and there was a period of time where I was completely left alone because everyone was like, we're going to go to the seminar. Can you watch the booth? I was like, okay, sure. And so I was hanging out with Lee, and I hear an announcement right after somebody gets back, like, if you want to win, or if you want to enter the raffle to win 4 tickets on the Mount Washington Cog Railway, go visit the Mount Washington Cog Railway booth in the such and such building. And I was like, oh, they're here? Awesome, I gotta go see them. And so I decide, okay, I'll leave whoever was there. I think it was Walt. He was there, and I go.
Walt.
Yeah, I go to find the Mount Washington Cog booth, and so I go into the specified building that it says on the map that I have, which lists all of the exhibitors, and I go, okay, where's Pepper Sass? Not where's Pepper Sass. I don't think I realized Pepper Sass was there. At this
Paper Sass!
But I go, okay, where's the Mount Washington Cog booth? Got distracted by something, turned around, looking for the Cog booth, and there's Pepper Sass looming over all of the booths. almost touching the ceiling in the building. Like...
That's either a toll engine or a really small building.
It is
not a tall engine.
Well, no, it's not that short. It's a vertical boiler, so it's a vertical boiler, and the cog did not have to worry about height clearances. That's for damn sure.
Yeah, that's fair.
It's not that short of an engine, especially with the obnoxious smokestack that's on it. That makes it look like a pepper sauce bottle. Hence the name. And yeah, it's almost touching the ceiling. And so I walk over to them, and last year I had gone to the steampunk day, or the steampunk event up at the Cog. And so I'm talking with the woman who's there, and she sort of looks familiar. And then I mentioned that I was there for the steampunk day, and she goes, "Oh, I remember you. You were there with your mom, blah, 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 blah." And I was like, "Oh, okay, yeah, that's right. I have met you previously."
Jeez.
Yeah. And then they said, "Hey, if you need a job this summer."
Hey, man. It's good work.
It is, and apparently they provide lodging.
Ooh.
Really?
Yeah. Because you're in the middle of nowhere, New Hampshire.
I mean, you say the middle of nowhere, New Hampshire. It's still New Hampshire.
Yeah, but it's listen.
It's still New Hampshire.
It's the middle of nowhere for New England. It's about as middle of nowhere as it gets.
I'm going to say again, it's still New Hampshire.
Yeah.
I think Fester's train is running away. Oh, never mind. He got it stopped.
Okay, good.
Anyways. Oh, here's the other thing. Okay, so seeing Pepper Sass was like... Seeing Pepper Sass was like a... Wow! Like, Pepper Sass is here, that's awesome. But, okay, right when I pulled in to the show, I stop, get out of the car, whatever. I'm kind of distant from the entrance. I don't really care that much. I can walk. And I pick up my backpack in case I have free time. I can do homework. I grab Lee, because he's on his piece of wood. I put my hat on and I start walking in. Right when I get out of the car, I hear woo woo. I'm like, oh, I guess somebody brought some whistles here and they're showing them off outside, whatever. There's no way somebody brought an actual steam engine here. And I walk past the admissions booth, trying to get to the building where you sign in if you're an exhibitor, because I was an exhibitor. I have my badge. I need to go get my badge.
Badge.
And there's a 2-foot gauge engine from Edaville sitting in the parking lot on a 50-foot stretch of track running. And they're blowing the whistle and driving it back and forth, and I go, well, okay, I guess they brought that.
Well, there's a locomotive, huh?
It was like a no sort of moment. Like, they didn't bring an engine. But apparently, there were plenty of whistles there, because there was the steam whistle contest that was being put on by the main narrow gauge at this time, during the event. So this museum is holding a contest for a chance to win a Boston and Maine 6-chime locomotive whistle. Each entry requires a $20 donation, and participants may enter more than once. And then it's it was a draw, so it was a raffle to get a 6-chime, a B&M 6-chime. I was like, okay, that's pretty cool. I didn't hear about this while I was there. I just happened to see it on the news of the main narrow gauge thing. But I would have. Well, actually, it was a $20 donation, but it might have been the only thing I bought while I was there. Because why not? Win a steam whistle.
That'd be fun.
Buy the whistle, and then you buy the engine.
Yeah.
Yeah, next year they have a raffle to buy the locomotive.
That's how we were with our builder's crates that we own for the OE21.
Were you
step right up?
Those plates off?
Okay.
Alright, well, I'm gonna put this up there. So, oh yeah, that's people are being pretty quick at selling stuff off now. You've got the steam whistle contest and all that, and then they're like I've reported on previously, they're auctioning off 3713's cab. All sorts of cool stuff that you can get. Now, anyways, who else has got some good news?
I have good news from Mr. Jerry Joe Jacobson.
Oh man, here we go.
Oh boy.
All right, so today the Agency Roundhouse released their Winter 2017 Roundhouse report. Finally, I've kind of been
at long last.
Yeah.
Yeah. Right. So first off, Moorhead and Norfolk 060 number 12. Work is continuing on that. Just pick bits and pieces.
Go what should we call it? Do a lightning round with this stuff.
As soon as he gets back.
Did he just leave?
Yeah, you didn't hear the knock.
Oh, of course.
Okay.
All right.
I'll continue.
I was going to interject something kind of brutal that I heard about, thanks to I think the group, or maybe it was Kevon. I don't know. Kevon's been posting a lot of news lately. I've been sort of piling it in here, but somebody murdered a girl by throwing them onto the railroad tracks in New Jersey.
Well, it's Tuesday,
but a woman grabbed a young girl who was standing next to her mother at a New Jersey transit station and then threw her on the railroad tracks.
Okay, Mac.
Oh, you just missed the beginning of this.
Yeah.
You should click on this link and look at what the hell happened. So it was a 5-year-old. Jesus Christ. Like what?
Oh.
What
happened? Oh no.
Oh, never mind. She's not dead. She's not dead.
Okay, good.
It was just attempted murder.
Oh, so she's not dead.
Well, that's good.
That makes it a little bit though, but not by much.
I don't like. Police say the suspect does not know the girl or her mother, so she literally just took this random girl and threw her onto the train tracks.
What the What?
Yeah, you deserve to go away forever.
Yeah.
I have no use for you in society. Sorry.
Yeah. Oh, the young girl was taken to the Memorial Hospital, Berlin County, and treated for facial laceration and bruising. She was later released, so she's okay. The attempted murderer was taken to the Lord's Mental Center for a psychiatric evaluation and is currently in police custody.
Yeah.
Yeah. Well, that's
and should never walk free again.
Yeah. Jesus Christ. What sort of like people have bad days, but that's a real,
What would possess you to be a murderer to just some random?
Oh boy,
again,
here I go killing again.
No use. Yeah. Again, I have no use for you in society.
Hey, so I'd like all of the people on the listen to the podcast. Don't do that.
Yeah.
Don't throw people on the train tracks. That's not
good. You know what else you shouldn't do?
What?
Be an arsonist and call it protesting.
Yeah, no.
Not really much bearing on the current debate, but I thought I'd throw it in there because people seem to be forgetting that.
Don't break things. Don't kill people. That's all good.
Sorry, I ran off.
JDur, remember, don't break things and call it protesting.
What?
Don't be an arson.
But also, don't run over protesters just because you can. That's not good either.
Oh, God damn it.
Where did I leave off?
Can and should are two different things.
Okay.
What?
You don't have to yell into your mic. Or... Alright.
I believe you can speak at a normal volume.
Yes.
Alright, let's see. Work is continuing on Moorhead and Norfolk number 12. Equipment 3 is in good shape. Yreka Western 19 will soon be shipped from California to Ohio.
Eureka.
I still swear it. They wanted to call it Eureka and they didn't know how to spell it. I still swear that's how Yreka got its name.
That's definitely how it happened.
It was a rip-off, Eureka.
What would possess you to name a town Yreka?
Also,
to go western, obviously.
Think about it. So, the people that founded that town were probably, like, illiterate prospectors.
Hookers.
Well, yeah, it's like, I want to call this town Eureka. Well, how do you spell Eureka? Well, it's got a Y noise at the beginning, doesn't it? It's got
okay,
a
now
y
you sound like a
noise,
redneck.
It's a Y.
I mean...
Don't even say it.
Alright, let's see.
You can drive 5 minutes and be in the next state. Shut up.
Let's see, where was... Yreka Western.
I was just
let's see. S&D 060 got a cosmetic restoration, so it looks a little better for people touring the roundhouse.
Which one?
S&D number 105.
What is
S&D?
It's in the link.
What is it?
Yeah, what is it?
Describe it.
No, what is S&D?
Sturm and Dillard Construction Company.
Okay. I was thinking you were saying Somerset and Dorset.
I don't think so.
Well, I didn't know. It's like we have more than one S&D.
Yeah.
Whoa.
Alright, so carry on.
Let's see. They've finally put their wheel lathe to use.
I saw that. That's cool.
Mm-hmm.
Nice.
The wheels.
Big ass wheel lathe. They've done bits and pieces of work here and there on some of their freight cars. Their ACY sand towers up and running, and they have a wigwag now. They have an extra Erie Lackawanna wigwag signal on the property now.
Wing ding, 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 wing ding.
The sad thing is, that's what I used to call all railroad crossings.
They're wingdings. No, that's just the font you write your term paper in.
Yeah.
To spite the teachers.
Yeah, and then the teacher spites you when you get a 0. What else?
That's pretty much it for Major State.
With your mic.
Okay. Wigwag.jpg.
Yeah, that's how I typed it.
Fiddling with your microphone. Alright, well, what else? I've got, actually, I've got a couple of Amtrak things.
Alright.
At least I got past the murder part of the podcast. The murder portion. So here is there's a thingy over here.
Alright.
About a study to return Amtrak passenger service to good portions of the South. And that portion would be the section of the, the Sunset Limited that was suspended due to Hurricane Katrina.
Yeah. Back in
2005, so now over 10 years ago. And these towns along the route, including Mobile, Alabama, and Tallahassee.
Mobile?
Not having
Tallahassee.
Not having rail service.
I do parkour.
Although it looks like what they want to do. It looks like what they want to do is not extend the Sunset Limited all the way to Jacksonville once again, but to extend the city of New Orleans instead. And Amtrak determined a simple extension of the city of New Orleans line to Orlando would result in the greatest number of riders of all options, generating annual ridership of 153,900, but would include a funding commitment of nearly $10 million. An alternate line extension providing daily round-trip service between from Mobile, Alabama, to New Orleans would cost almost half that at $5.5 million, but would only attract a ridership of 138,300. Another group of alternatives would include 2 daily round trips from New Orleans to Mobile, attracting a ridership of 38,400 annually, and costing more than $6 million. so that doesn't sound like a lot of bang for the buck. It could include a bus to complete the line from Mobile to Jacksonville, but adding that option would raise the cost to $8 million while attracting slightly more riders at 43,400. So that's not that good. Clearly the option they touted as the best gets you the most overall ridership, and frankly, I think it's just important to have that train back. Because...
Yes.
The thing that's interesting, and the thing that we can use as, sort of, to at least tout the benefit of having this intercity passenger rail, you think, a lot of people don't take the train, or rather, not a lot of people take the train. We know this. Compared to taking a plane,
right?
Amtrak is often, even if the cost is on par, which sometimes it's not even, the trip duration is massively longer. So, you'd think, well, there isn't a lot of incentive to do that. However, the train can be a lifeline for a lot of people, and you can see the recovery and subsequent growth of towns on the Sunset Limited Service side of New Orleans, so the west side, versus the towns east, in Louisiana, Mississippi, Alabama, and Florida. And the towns that had access to the Sunset Limited and the towns nearby that have access to things like the Crescent or the city of New Orleans have seen much better growth compared to the towns along the former Sunset Limited route, which does not have service now. Now, I have a source for this, but I'd have to go find it again. I just remember it being brought up in a previous article about this Amtrak. The last time they were talking about this. Although they admit, of course, the poor on-time performance had an impact on ridership for the cross-country train. Naturally. For instance, however, since 2005, CSX has rebuilt much of the route, as we would figure, because they had to, because it was destroyed by a hurricane. And it's now a lot shorter, meaning delays will not have as big of an impact as it once did. So they straightened out the curves, and they fixed some things, they put in some better infrastructure, and this, that, and the other, which is nice. But, speaking of CSX, you know what isn't so nice?
No. Stop.
The impending creation of CPX. Yet again.
Stop.
Yes. Yeah.
CPX Part 2, Harrison Boogaloo. Really? This is what we're doing now?
Yes.
How tomorrow goes, eh?
Stop.
So, and this has developed further since I got this article, but CSX is in talks to add Hunter Harrison as its CEO.
They're not even in talks anymore. I think they're doing it.
Yeah, they're making moves now to get Hunter Harrison as the CEO of CSX.
Abort.
Which
means
I
still prefer CPNS because that's P.
It's still.
It
seems
stupid.
very likely that CSX and CP, if Hunter Harrison, or I suppose when Hunter Harrison takes over, will become very close, shall we say. Also, it means that CSX will not be breaking. Oh my God, CSX will not be breaking its hatred of Steam anytime soon, because you know who loves Steam? Not Hunter Harrison.
Yeah. Hey man, stop fumbling with your mic!
Please.
Give him a point for fumbling with his mic.
Yeah.
Also give Bible a point for getting it to Gary's mod.
Huh? What? Oh.
I just saw you go into game.
Wybold.
Oops.
Wybold. You messed up.
I didn't even think about it.
Pro tip, go offline on Steam.
I mean, I didn't even think about it. If I'm completely honest, I forgot we were doing the podcast and not just like...
What?
Wow.
Oh,
I mean, this I mean, this is sort of just what we do.
I mean, it is. It's just got a little bit more structure.
It's a little bit more structure. Speak of structure, is it that time yet?
No, it's not. I have one thing, and it's about the Easter Bunny.
God. Wait, can't that wait? Easter's not for like another 3 months.
Okay, yeah, that's true. But I noticed something interesting.
Extremely early.
Give him another point.
That's...
I can shotgun for the rest of my stuff.
Well, let me point out one thing. So the Black River Railroad is already talking about its Easter Bunny Express, but I clicked over to the page where it's Easter Bunny Express, and there came up a little thing in the corner. It's like chat about this, and so I don't know, but does there's a slim chance that the Black River Railroad now has its own chat included? I don't know. I didn't click on it, but I should have. So, anyways, what else have we got? What interesting stuff do we have that does not involve?
Oh no! It's a crows.
The rear engine, or the rear part of the engine, that they've been trying to fire up for a while. According to this update, was fired up.
Vroom, vroom.
So now we have one whole Kraus Mafai.
Nein!
Yeah.
But they did a pretty big update considering they had posted an update like a week about it. But they attempted to start the rear engine. They used some jumper cables to get started. They have a video of it on their YouTube. That's also in their update.
Wasn't where you could just jumpstart it.
What?
Wasn't where you could just jumpstart it. That's kind of cool.
Yeah, I mean, you know.
Of all the things, I mean, I'm running through my head, it's like, oh gosh, what would they have to go through? Oh, they jumpstart it. Oh. For some reason, my mind didn't go, oh yeah, you can try and jumpstart it. My mind was like, oh, I guess that would work, huh?
Yeah, you spent a lot of time around steam engines, haven't you?
Yeah.
You
can't jumpstart it. Cover the grates and run the blower up.
All the electric railwaying is just jumpstarting.
Yeah, it's perpetual
jumpstarting it over and over and over and over and over.
The face when you have to jumpstart your generator trailer.
No. Then you have a problem.
Alright, so anything else interesting? Because that's cool. Hopefully it will work soon.
29, 26, the ATS up north now has blowouts installed on there.
Oh, I forgot about some important news.
Alright, well, after I can just suck them for the rest of this. Niles Canyon came out with their newsletter. They're doing stuff, and apparently they had a little bit of a rain sweat. It wasn't really a washout, but there's tons of trees on their track.
That's not good.
They're not supposed to be there.
It's a wash over, per se.
Sounds like... No, I was going to make a stupid pun, but I'm not going to do it.
Good. I'm proud of you.
It just sounds like a wash.
I'm not Dachshund.
Oregon Coast Scenic, it's doing their Valentine's Day trip next weekend on the 11th. And Albany and Eastern came out with their 2017 trip. Yes. Schedule.
Yep, he died.
And there he goes again.
JDur, you scared him away.
Good job.
Sorry.
We killed the snowflake.
Oh, come back.
Speaking of snowflakes.
Alright.
Dateline Mariah's... Dateline Mariah's Pass, Montana. BNSF railway officials are unsure when they'll be able to clear snow and debris from their main line of Mariah's Pass in northwest Montana. According to BNSF, an avalanche came down the former Great Northern Railway main line at approximately 4 p.m. Sunday near Summit, Montana, 85 miles west of Shelby. According to sources close to BNSF, the avalanches halted dozens of freight trains and Amtrak's Empire Builder. Amtrak posted online that there would be no alternative passenger transportation between... Is it Minot or Minoy?
It's a shame that you don't have the Milwaukee Road to go down.
North Dakota, yeah.
Wait, why not take the Montana Rail Link?
And Spokane, Washington. Yeah, but do they have their own tracks?
I mean, it's BNSF, but... Well, it's... Well... Kinda.
Yeah, but I don't... There's not another pass. There's just Marias.
There was another pass, and then the Milwaukee
I mean, there were many other passes.
There are many other passes, they just don't own them.
Yeah,
so they're not there.
Use the Montana Rail Link.
They're somewhere else.
Montana Rail Link is good for you.
Still other passes. Stop with the mic!
I swear it got worse after you... Goddamn.
Alright, I confess, I did it! The heart's under the planks, it's under the floor!
What?
It was an Edgar Allan Poe reference.
I got it. I got it. I'm proud of you.
Yay.
Books!
Anyways. So, information on freight rerouting is unavailable. Now, when I originally read the thing about this, I honestly thought that the Empire Builder had become trapped on Marias Pass.
That's what I thought too. I didn't really read it, but I saw it during school. I'm like, oh.
It'd be the storm of 1952 all over again.
The storm of 2017. # stranded.
Hashtag stranded. Hashtag no Wi-Fi.
Hashtag where are the rotaries?
Hashtag frostbite.
On a 50-degree day.
And it's like
Hashtag milky penguin problems.
And in the Iron Horseman universe, when this happens, they go down to the news gets down to the Sacramento or the California State Railroad Museum, and the cab forward is like, "Oh no, not again."
PTSD.
Yeah. Cab forward goes out. Cab forward's like, and now my watch begins. It grabs a rotary and heads towards Marias Pass. But anyways.
To do.
So, Dachshund.
Yes.
Any news going on near you?
Nothing in particular, but the 213th anniversary of the steam locomotive's invention happened Sunday.
Oh yeah, that's kind of important.
That's true.
Alright.
That's
in fact happen.
I remember reading about that and going, oh yeah, and then forgetting about it. I don't know why. Also, speaking of steam locomotives, speaking of old steam locomotives, so there's that Camelback that Chris was telling me about, or talking to me about. And it was the one that was at the World's Fair in Paris in 1878. And it's something that I've been... It's spoilers. It's something that's going to be featured in the World Tour short stories. And he recently found some images of it, not like pictures of it, but there's a drawing, I guess, of them changing it from, well, I guess a Camelback to a different, more modern-looking Camelback, because they moved the cab from over the firebox to over the boiler, so that it could fit in the tunnels, because it was too tall. But yeah, he found some really, really cool. Well, there was pictures of like what it looked like before and what it looks like after. Hold on. Let's see if I can grab these. Oh, you know what? I'm not going to be able to do that. He sent me directly pictures. All right. Well, anyways. No more news?
Me.
No.
Yeah.
Well, that means it's time for.
Vortex.
That's not right.
By that you mean.
By that I of course mean.
Hey, it's more intelligible.
Is that better?
No.
Better.
Better. right, I need to get a picture. So here we go. In one corner we have the Western Pacific Challenger locomotives.
Gee.
And in the other corner we have the Delaware and Hudson Challenger locomotives.
Anthracite.
I don't think
WP bias. WP bias.
Anthracite.
Alright, hold on. I have my picture. Milky, can you get me yours?
Yep. I'm trying to find a good one.
Oh no, they did the D&H thing. Well, I did not expect this.
What, the UP D&H thing?
Oh yeah, they have the recessed headlight.
Yeah.
Which honestly, it honestly does look really dumb with recessed headlight.
It does.
And there's a picture of our engine on the moon.
What? Oh.
I've been to Wendover before. It's on the moon.
To the moon!
Just go as fast as you feel comfortable.
Just
get to the other side. Alright, anyways, it's time to do the Challenger off. An East Coast Challenger versus a West Coast Challenger.
Oh no, it's a translunar Challenger.
A translunar, an Earth Challenger versus a Moon Challenger.
Did you just assume it's moon?
Did you just assume it's planet?
Triggered!
Trigger warning.
Your mic, please. Thank you. Please, thank you.
No, you didn't do anything. What are you thinking?
Alright.
I'm trying to not, lose my...
marbles.
Yes.
Vesty.
Officially lost, or lose
my marbles!
Eat your cornflakes.
Alright, anyways, it's time to do some Challenger things. Who do you guys want?
Finish your dessert.
What?
What?
Okay. Alright, who's going first?
I don't run this guy on again. Yeah, who's going first?
Yeah.
Lunar.
Well, it's up to you. Okay.
There's one from Mun.
The objections.
Yeah. Why, bud?
Oh, you know
the
what?
Apollo Challenger.
Yeah, I say the Challenger goes first.
Wow. You guys are so helpful.
Which one?
That's the joke.
Alright,
the better one.
The only person that said anything is voted for the Lunar Challenger to go first, so Milky, I guess you're up.
Oh, hey, wait a minute. I gotta pull up your photo. What is the minimum weight of whale?
Oh, jeez. 113 pounds per yard.
113?
100 pounds per yard.
100 and what?
Oh, yeah, Ben.
Oh, my God.
Way to be those guys, Western Pacific.
Way to be the loop, Western Pacific.
So we don't smash the track.
Wait, what do you mean the loop? Alright, fine, go again.
The loop's engine is 111.
Oh.
What's your factor of adhesion?
Oh no.
4.3.
4!
God damn. Alright, we're off to a great start.
Abort.
Keep going.
Alright, what's your tribal diameter?
69 inches.
70.
Like 69.
Well, that helped me none. Continue.
Alright, curiosity, what is your fuel capacity for your tender?
Is it... Okay, you guys have coal too, okay. As long as we're not doing this again. 26 tons.
Ooh, I have 25.
Yes, go me. Go me, I have point.
Wood.
This should be a close one.
Let me look between these two pictures and see. They are.
They're both decent side profiles.
They're quite similar engines. They're actually really, really similar angles on these engines in the pictures.
And they're just really, really similar overall.
Yeah. Oh God, I don't know. I kind of want to set the stage here. I just want to know what year were you built?
38.
All right, 1940. All right, I have a little bit more confidence in myself now. Let me see. That one's that one's what is your boiler pressure?
Boiler pressure 265 psi.
Yes, 285.
You suck.
All right, tractive effort.
Tractive effort. Need to go find that. 99,676 pounds.
Oh wait, 94,428. Damn it! It was the factor of adhesion. I should have seen that coming.
Yeah.
All right, go ahead.
All right. How much water can you carry?
22,500 gallons.
Son of a bitch, I can only carry 22,000 gallons.
Okay, it's scary how close these engines are.
I mean, they're very similar engines.
Yeah.
They're just Challengers.
Plot twist, the D&H things were copies.
I mean, they're all copies.
They were probably built by the same builder.
Yeah, I'm not going to ask who that is because that'd mean I'm just turning the ball over. What?
How many of each of your engines were built?
40.
7.
I helped.
7?
7.
I did a thing.
Also, that makes me think we had 40 of these? Why? Alright, and I'm gonna be that guy, number in class. Okay.
Number in class?
Yeah.
7.
Also 40. Okay, what else? I'm trying not to do anything that'll get me in trouble here. Okay, let's see where this goes. Firebox area.
692 square feet.
633.
Ooh.
What?
No.
You have an anthracite.
No, we don't burn anthracite.
Oh. Oops. Oh, you're screwed.
Area.
What was that?
Great area.
Great area. 108.2 square feet.
Some of it's the same.
Yes, my ball. Evaporative heating surface. I'm just going to keep going down.
5,666.
5,389.
Superheating surface.
1,681 square feet.
1,724.
Damn it.
Combined heating surface.
7,070 square feet.
7,390 square feet.
Yeah.
Evaporative heating surface.
Okay, we're going to do that.
What
the hell?
Do you mean evaporative heating surface divided by cylinder volume? Okay,
yes.
220.42.
What was that again?
220.42.
201.22.
Yes, go me. Now let me think in my head real quick. I'm not sure. I'm not gonna test that. All right. Well, you know what? Robert Lamacina's power computation.
28,673.
What was that?
28,673.
All right. 30,837. All right. Same as above, plus superheater percentage.
45,268.
38,238. Same as above, but substitute firebox area for grade area.
Oh wait. 225,557.
223,702. Ouch. Damn it. Okay. Stop it.
All that build up. LL1.
31,748.
Some of the bits. 21,056.
Power MT.
896.97.
1,033.10.
Over 9,000.
I'm keeping myself in the lead here.
Yeah,
I'm staying here.
but you have.
What is the little noise? Stop it! Sorry. I'm calm.
Okay. What else? What do I want to do? I don't really want to do very much. Driver wheelbase.
Driver wheelbase. 12.17.
12.17.
Alright.
Okay, well, fine. You take
balls back in the WP.
Take her ball and go home.
At least we didn't deflate it.
Ooh.
At least we
cylinders.
That was a low blow.
20.5 inches by 32 inches.
22 by 32.
Yeah, and that is why I did not do that stat. Alright, 10 to 11.
Alright.
You can keep going. Unless you
Engine
want to call it and move on.
wheelbase.
What?
Engine wheelbase.
Alright, 59.92 feet.
Some of Bix.
What is yours?
Same.
Oh, it's the same thing? Alright.
Yeah.
I don't know what to do. There's nothing else I can do safely.
Style points.
I've gone through all the stats. Yeah, alright. Style points.
I have my builder's diagram here.
Oh no.
Okay, question. Did you have roller bearings?
Roller freight, roller freight, roller freight, roller freight, roller freight.
Because we had all roller bearings.
Yeah, I don't think so. Wait.
Oh.
I don't know. I can't tell.
And we had trying to figure
out. Give me a minute. You guys continue with that.
What's this Weibold doing? You know, it looks like
I'll tell you later.
Oh.
Hush up. Let's see, what do we have? Well,
it looks like
for one, the D&H thing looks absolutely moronic.
Listen, your face.
I mean, it looks alright apart from the recessed headlight.
Actually, I think the recessed headlight actually works here for once. I don't know why.
It doesn't have the recessed headlight.
What?
Sandy, what is this?
I mean,
all that is holy.
I mean, it's better than the D&H 302, where it's just the light. This one has the little hood.
Yeah.
Again,
I think it looks...
The picture I'm looking at doesn't have a recessed headlight.
Which picture are you looking at?
What?
I'm looking at the one of it, like, next to the water towers.
What?
The one where it's pushing?
Yes. Yeah. The one where it's
no, that's recessed.
Oh, yeah, no, that's recessed.
You sure?
Yeah, the light itself is flush with the smoke box door. The little cover on it isn't, but the light itself is.
Oh, I see. It's got a really big hood on it.
Yeah, it does.
Okay. Okay, I'll agree with that, actually. I think the recessed headlight works to its advantage. You know what doesn't work to its advantage?
What?
Having a smokestack like a British engine.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's
it does look... Holy crap, it does
that looks really dumb.
Okay.
I mean, there's no, like, technical... I'm not even going to pretend like I know the physics or the engineering behind creating, you know... Well, the proper venturi to create the optimal suction to induce the most draft over the fire. I'm not even going to pretend, but it just looks dumb. Before I say it's inferior, because it looks stupid. And nobody else used it, so it can't have that much of an advantage.
No, yeah.
I mean, I want Ellis to win, but if I'm completely honest, I really like the look of it.
Stop!
It's time to stop.
The part of stop, didn't you understand?
Dude, do you even know we're talking to you?
Probably not.
Yeah, okay. Well, we are. You're on here, you might as well pay attention to it.
What was I saying? Yeah, I don't know. I don't really have much for, I mean, I do apologize, I'm kind of scatterbrained, but... What's going on? Oh, that's just the hanger for it. It looks like... On the WP one, just in the picture, it looked like the hanger was the combination lever for a second, which was really kind of goofy looking.
Hey, we've got a much larger smoke box door.
This is true.
That's true. Wait, what is on the WP thing? Like up by the stack? Are those like smoke deflectors or something?
Yeah, actually. It looks like a spotlight.
I can't really find anything on the builder's signs of buildings.
I'd imagine it's a deflector.
Yeah.
Also, is it just me or do I have a lot more sand capacity?
You have a lot more sand.
No.
You do.
You have, like, not only... I mean, actually, no, you don't.
No? I mean, it looks like... You know, I have the two... Oh, yeah, no. No. The one in the back is definitely wider. Or, like, longer, I guess.
Well, so it's mine.
Which one in the back?
Going off builders.
The second sand dome versus, like, if you compare the two pictures, the sand domes on the WP Challenger look a lot smaller than the ones on the...
Well, they're taller. They're taller by quite a bit, though. Additionally, you have to... I don't know. You have to bear in mind the fact that these things aren't perfectly scaled.
Yeah. That's true. The pictures are fairly similar, though. It's I don't think we've had.
Yeah, I don't think I'd call the sand either way. With like the 105 where it has the two massive domes and a giant box out front full of it. Yeah, but I mean they've both got two fairly large sand domes.
Mm-hmm.
That's true.
But did you have
407? The WP engine does. Oh wait, no, the D&H engine has that too. Did everybody cover their firebox side sheets but us?
Maybe.
Don't answer that.
Maybe.
I'm not sure we did, so, you know.
Both have two cross-compound air comps up front.
Mm.
Both have steel pilots. The D&H one has a much bigger cow catcher, which, again, it's probably advantageous in one form or another, but it just looks dumb.
Yeah.
Moo.
Yeah.
Cow catchers are on choo-choo trains.
According to Sheldon, the more aptly named cow exploder.
It's either O gauge or no gauge.
They're both carrying two types of re-railing frogs. Both have two reservoirs on their fireman's side, right next to their steam delivery lines. Both have a head-end throttle. Both have... I mean, they're just not all that different. The only things I can see between them are, like... the difference maybe...
differences.
Yeah, they're, like, cosmetic, and they're so marginal that they wouldn't make much of a difference. I feel like the stats are more...
Also...
They're much more telling on these ones.
Has anyone realized the thing with... Okay, so the D&H engine has a recessed headlight and a giant pilot.
Mm-hmm.
What else has a recessed headlight and a giant pilot?
Dang it, I had myself muted.
That's probably a good thing. I mean, you were vibrating up the podcast.
Yeah.
I mean,
it wasn't fun.
You weren't paying attention anyways.
But anyways.
I was...
What?
I was paying attention.
Oh, sure you were. Alright, anyways. Well, does anybody have anything else then? The score is 12-13 on an awfully low scoring.
12-13,
12-13 D&H.
Okay. Hell no. Wait, did you guys do Valve Gear or are those the same?
I mean, we can do them. Wall shirts.
Wall shirts.
Alright, that's done. Hey, Milky, who built you?
Alco.
Oh, what do you know, Alco?
Well, then, okay.
What loco base ID are you?
What local base ID? 343.
338, I win.
Good.
Alright.
I think...
Style point, you can look up my builder's diagram.
I mean, I clicked on the link and it gave me a 403 error.
Sounds a bitch.
That's annoying.
I'll go get it.
So, anyways. Wait, hold on. I don't think anybody had doors. Anyways. Alright, well, I think that's it then.
Yeah.
Yes, no, maybe?
Yes.
Alright, let's vote.
Alright, yeah, votes.
Oh, wait.
WP.
I'm gonna vote for the D&H thing.
Yeah.
One more vote left to be cast. I wonder whose
That's
it is.
Yeah.
The D&H.
Yes, my man.
Good.
Ooh.
We had peace. Now we don't. Alright, anyways.
Alright then.
Let me get rid of this, go back to the... Oh, that broadcast has ended. Let me go to a different one. But anyways, talk to me about what's going on in the things that you're doing that are not real life.
How long till the DNO's dead?
We're living right now. TM. The building you fell through if I didn't say that. I thought I did.
I will survive.
So we're still churning on. We're still in the air.
Still there.
I'm still there.
Don't really have much in the way of model news. Something I do have news in the way of though is anybody who is a fan of classic TNF or the Railway series, they just aired some new episodes for season 20, and there were 3 of them in particular that made me like have all the feels and nostalgia, and there was one that actually legitimately made me laugh. There was one that I found legitimately funny, which
I like how that's like the oh my god, it actually happened.
Like, well, no. I mean, I laughed at some of the throwaway gags. You know, they have all this. They're actually the humor this last season with this new head writer Brenner is really on point. But this episode had me laughing almost throughout the entire thing. Like it's pretty funny, and it's called Skiff and the Mermaid, I think. Just go watch it. It's well worth the time. I think it's like 10 minutes long. Go watch it. They make a Castaway reference.
Oh my god!
Is it on YouTube?
You know what I learned?
What?
I was going to so a little while ago, the actor John Hurt passed away. And he was he had a lot of roles, including he was in the movie adaptation of 1984. But he was also the War Doctor very briefly, as well as being the voice of the I don't remember his name because I never saw it, but the ship, the guy who had the boat in the Thomas the Tank Engine thing.
Yeah.
He was the voice of that guy.
Oh, my treasure! That guy?
Yeah.
Yeah, it's that boat character is back, but it's It's really funny. Just go watch it. It's actually pretty funny. And then the other few, they directly like rewrote 3 stories from one of the actual books.
Oh, really?
And there are spots where it's like line for line, and the animation is great. The Reverend himself actually makes an appearance and has some lines, which is
really.
Ooh.
Which is really, I mean, they're not actually the Reverend's.
Well, yeah, I know, but like, wow,
dead.
that's
But
cool.
yes, the Reverend, the thin clergyman actually appears as a character, which, like, good on you guys. That was cool. And I mean, the animation's great, the humor's great, the writing is great. It's really, really faithful to the books. It has a couple things thrown in that are really good. There's a slow-mo scene, which is really epic in how stupid it is. But it's great nonetheless. Just go watch them there. It's 3 adaptations from the book Small Railway Engines. I think it's Mike's Whistle, Tit for Tat,
how does something just
Railway.
become slow motion?
It just, I'll show you after the podcast. It's so great. Yeah, it's like they start a crash scene, and as they see the crash coming, it goes to no, that sort of a thing.
No, it was a
epic music with like the Chariots of Fire music in the background.
It was a how does something just become
this might actually be worth showing on the podcast.
I mean, I don't think we can do that.
It's like a 56-second clip, and I don't think anything's copyrighted.
I'm not going to take that chance.
YouTube will find a way.
Yeah. We got taken down previously for just the videos we use in the background and stuff like that. We're not taken down, but we got
Swiped.
we got our revenue
flagged.
Where's the fair use?
But go watch those 4 episodes because they're, again, the one's really funny. I find the writing in all of them really enjoyable. The animation's really on point. And it's just, again, it's the ultimate nostalgia trip for anybody who's a fan of the old series. This season that I think just wrapped up airing, I don't think there's anything left in it, was, in my opinion, it's the best season of the series since season 5. Which was in, like, I think it was 01.
Was that with Alec Baldwin?
I think 5 was Baldwin.
Those are some of my favorites.
Sparkle.
Yeah. It was like right before the movie. It was 2 seasons, or it was 1 season. It was 2 seasons before Brit stopped production and handed it to Hit, and it was 1 season before Hit gave the syndicate, or Brit handed syndication of season 7 over to Hit. But again, it's like early 2000s. I think this is the best season since then. Arguably, I would say it's even better than, like, maybe some of the early seasons. There are definitely episodes that are on par with and beat out some of those episodes.
Wow.
It's really good. Anyway, I've got to go really briefly. I'll be back.
He was
all right, goodbye.
John Hurt was Sailor John.
Of course.
2017. Stop.
It's not gonna happen, man. The famous people are getting old. Alright, anyways, speaking of old famous people, there's one in particular who's an Italian. He's a mogul. His name is Ali. And he went on a little adventure to a small section of the province in northern that he's come very accustomed to in the last few years. I always take Lee out with me to the Big E, and we have a portable layout, which is like, it's like,
isn't it like that little switching layout?
It's not 4x5. It's like 3x5. It's not a loop. Yeah, it's a little switching layout.
Oh,
and
okay.
it's adorable. But the problem is, Lee is too long. Because they're used to using, like an SW1 or something to move things around. And I try to fit Lee on one of the stub tracks with a boxcar, and he just doesn't fit. It's alright, never mind, I'll have to figure out a different way to do this. the tender is too much. But he stayed
Maybe
there,
if
and
he became a tank engine.
He enticed people for a while. He got some people over there, and some of the kids got to run him back and forth, doing switching maneuvers, stuff like that, whoever showed up. And then, I'd leave him there, and he'd get some use with the other guys, and I'd go off somewhere. For example, while I was on my way to the 3713 booth, I noticed that I was standing next to a fairly large Pennsylvania Railroad banner. And I go, okay. And I turn to the guy, and he's just selling Pensy stuff. HO scale Pensy stuff. And I start talking to him, whatever. And I mentioned that I have a Pensy T1, and he pulls out, he points to this other box of, like, stuff that's on sale. He's like, here, you can, look through this stuff. It's like boxcars and stuff. I'm like, is this an offer? Because I have because I'm one of you. And then I go, okay, I got one question, though. Why'd you get a booth next to him? And next to the Pensy booth is the New York Central booth. And he goes, oh, I did that on purpose. It's like, what's wrong with you?
Wrong.
To piss the Central guy off.
But I got back...
And then 2 booths down, you have the Penn Central booth.
Actually, I had come from
there... No, you have the New York Central booth, the Penn Central booth, and then the Pensy booth.
Yeah. And then the Conrail.
Yeah.
The Conrail booth is currently being taken down. The Conrail booth is currently being taken down because they couldn't afford the space. But anyways...
I'm going to call Conrail in an emergency.
Yeah, no, but anyways... I had actually just come from somebody talking about, we had a big conversation about the Penn Central and Conrail and Amtrak and passenger rail and, political stuff involving Amtrak and stuff like that. And it was actually a really, really cool conversation. And I was like, all right, see ya. And I turned, because I was like, okay, I got to get back to the booth now. And I turned around and there was the Essex booth. And I was like, okay, well, I guess I'm talking to these guys now. I just I did a lot of wandering, and I still missed a lot of stuff. I wish I'd been there for both days, but I could not, because I worked on Saturday. So, what was the other thing? Oh yeah, so, I had to try pretty hard not to buy anything. At one point I came across a booth that was selling, and don't say anything libeled, I know, that was selling pretty nice Pensy coaches for $25 a pop. And I was like, ooh, that's nice. And next to him was a C&O coach that was actually pretty nice for $15. And I was like, if I'm going to buy anything, it's going to be this, and I'm going to give it to Madison. But I ended up not getting anything. And also, I was tempted to buy... There was a booth... Okay, there was a booth directly behind the Providence Northern booth that was all MTA stuff, all New York City subway stuff. And they had pins, which would have gone awesome on my hat, but I didn't want to pick one up because I didn't want to buy anything. And they had a whole roll sign, like the thing that goes on the wall of the, in the window of the subway car where you crank it and it changes what the destination is. And it was just a whole thing, and it had the whole spool inside of it, and I looked at it and I went, huh. And in my head I'm going, what if I got that and just, mounted it somewhere? Mounted it on my wall at home or something like that.
Mount it in your car.
Yeah. Oh, yeah. Imagine if I changed, I got a new spool for it, put the thing up in my car, and used it as, next stop, Rhode Island.
Yeah.
When I'm driving around.
That'd be awesome.
The Lolvo.
I should do something like that. That thing was heavy, though. It was big, and it was metal, and it was heavy.
But your Volvo's a friggin' tank.
I mean, yes it is. But hanging it, to mount it would be difficult. I don't think it would not cause a problem with the Volvo, but getting it to stay in place would be a problem.
Yeah.
The other highlight was somebody came over and starts talking to us, whatever, and then all of a sudden, like somebody, one of the three of us, I can't remember if it was myself or it was the other person or it was Walt. I think it may have been Walt. Mentioned Doctor Who. And the kid that was there apparently loved Doctor Who, and we got into like a 30-minute conversation about it, the three of us. And he walked away, and I turned to Walt and I go, "That's why you always mention Doctor Who."
Huh.
It was just one of those moments where it's like, oh, and suddenly there's this other thing to converse about. You know, we had a bunch of people come up. We were talking to them about, oh, you should come visit the lab, blah blah blah. People coming in with their, with their wives, with their girlfriends and wives, and it's like, oh, do you have a layout at home? Like, a couple of times, I hear, or I would ask, oh, do you have a layout at home, to the person to try and get them to buy our club cars, and I see like the look that crosses the significant other's face, like, oh, no. No.
Oh yeah, they do.
No, it's like, one of the guys, like, the woman was like, oh. Like, I just see her, like, the expression on her face change. And the guy looks at the woman, and she looks at him, and he turns back to me and he goes, "No, I don't." I'm like, yeah, I understand how this goes. But I don't have a layout at home either, of course. But JDur does.
You should build one in your car.
In my car. No, I need to get a van. Put a 4x8 layout in the back of an illegal Monopoly van.
Yeah.
So I saw this, I forget what show it was, but I saw this one that had a semi-sleeper cab, but with a layout in the sleeper part.
Well, that's awesome.
Yeah.
Good.
Until you hit a bump and everything jumps the track.
Yeah. Well, I'm driving a big old truck.
Everything derails. Everything derails. The layout gets ripped in two pieces.
Yeah. Well, the truck gets hit by a front runner. Alright, anyways. I'm sure you guys have plenty to talk about in the way of Gary's Mod stuff or something
like
yes.
that. Gary's Mod is in fact a train simulator.
I've been just building, things not in Gary's Mod, just redoing. I had to patch up some areas that I know I'm going to need for recording at some point. Just some missing textures and stuff like that. I still have not patched up all of the canaries in Douglas, but I did pick up a DD1 off the download station. Because I could. And I'm just diligently writing episodes, blah, 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 blah.
Ooh, something to note for trains. And getting things and downloading things. Ben Neal just released a new locomotive.
Oh, yeah.
What is it?
It made me happy. It's a C48 and it's awesome!
Glad to see why we'll let you now, but good standard gigs engine the one.
I mean, yeah.
You're working on the entire narrow gauge.
I was thinking about
the wheel ground.
We've got the 1041, or we've got the C41s, but that kind of sucks. We've got the L105s, but that really sucks. And then we've got the PAs; those really suck.
I mean, there's a really crappy.
Lousy.
No, there's a really crappy Uniboob.
Yeah, that's true. That's old too, though.
Yep.
It's nice having an engine that isn't like ancient. For rear grand standard
or narrow gauge, yeah.
Well, I mean, the narrow gauge stuff, we have Togog stuff, which
and San Juan. I mean, it was good, and then Tan, it's just kind of like.
Yeah, I don't know. I thought in 12 it actually didn't look. 12 it was really beginning to show its age. I think Tane, with all the shading that it does and the post processing, I think it manages to make old models look better than they did in 12.
That's funny because true. I put down the DD1 and I went, wow, all things considered, this does not look that bad.
Yeah, it's amazing how much of creating a realistic simulation, having a realistic environment, it doesn't necessarily lend itself to the model. It lends itself to the physics and Specifically the shading and lighting. It's huge.
I mean, I need to really play around with that more, but some of the some of the built-in stuff in Tane is like some of it is amazing, some of it is just ancient crap that they got with the download station.
Yeah. Well, yeah, I mean, you look at like the coaches that they have,
the heavyweights things.
Yeah. Mm-hmm. Yeah, the heavyweights. Those I would not be. Those are worse than the Pullmans we had in 04.
Yeah, they're cancer.
Like they're
really bad.
Yeah, I just don't get why they couldn't make just new Pullmans.
I mean, they could, but it's the point being it's more a matter of the game itself and the physics and the graphics engine rather than the models.
That's true.
Because, like Ellis just said, all things considered, old models don't look that bad anymore. It was in 12 when we were starting to get stuff like jointed rail engines that had the integrated shading. You'd place them down and they had their own like shadow maps for them. It was
I remember one big one.
Yeah, jeez. It was those looking really nice that made the old stuff really show their age. But now that everything has the same shadows,
in the shadow of standards.
In the dark of the night, I was tossing and turning.
All right. Anyways, what else? Actually, we have a bit in housekeeping to get to.
Housekeeping.
Mm-hmm.
Are we going to cover that?
Yeah. Or in maintenance of way rather. There's a thing that we were asked to make light of. But let's get through all the Garry's Mod stuff.
All right. So, Garry's Mod. Just this weekend, I completed a new steam engine, Nevada Northern 93.
Woo!
Yeah, go to my Steam page. I have a few pictures of it.
Plug.
Safety first.
Yep.
Plug.
Yeah, that took maybe a half hour of fiddling with the Arch Texty to get it right.
That's a fun E2 to mess around with.
Mm-hmm.
Hon. What is this picture?
That's Einces Hudson Drake with
with hats,
twirly and a twirly mustache.
Mm-hmm. I have your picture of your thing as it was being worked on.
Yep. Soon.
Why is it marked as spoilers?
Because it's potential spoilers.
Exactly.
Come on.
Okay.
Let's see. Oh yeah. Super Spy Crab. Okay, so we were on I forgot what 2-foot map it was, just sticking around with 2-foot stuff.
Yes.
Great.
And Rail had these little like ore tipper car things that are in the background in the Super Spy Crab picture. And I got on one of them and was riding around, and apparently the where I sat on the car messed up my player model's legs. Where they were spread apart until they were spread apart, and I didn't realize it until I walked near somebody else. And I walked near Warhawk, and he just dies of laughter. And then everybody dies of laughter. And it's like, what's going on? Oh, Super Spy Crab.
That's cool.
Yeah, and Austin made a turbo chug box.
Nice.
Turbo chug box.
It's just a little 2-foot gauge diesel with a turbo glued to it. That was all last podcast.
Meanwhile, we've been there's been a bug going around BMNS for 2-foot.
Diabetes.
Especially 2-foot. Especially 2-foot Mongols are starting to become the lane that we're building. I'm doing one. I thought JDur had an idea for one. Wales building one.
I mean, I just need a wheelbase.
Prairies. Build a wheelbase. You know how.
I need to learn again, but yeah. All right.
You can do it. I believe.
No thanks, Rival, but outsourcing.
Nobody builds wheelbases anymore, and I don't know why that bothers me as much as it does.
I mean, you should build them and start charging.
Yeah.
Charging what, though?
Money.
I don't want any of the engines that anybody else builds because they're not to the right scale.
Yeah, that's true. You build your stuff to a different scale.
Yeah. I build my stuff to track scale so that the proportions work out.
I build mine to scale down to what I can get.
No comment.
Yeah.
Ellis, you can either do player scale, so it's like the size of the equipment is consistent. Yeah.
I get what the difference would be. Oh, well, actually, you should say it in case the audience doesn't get it. Sorry.
Yeah.
Okay, so for the audience, in Gary's mod, there are two primary scales that you can build, and you can either build in player scale, where the size of the equipment is matched primarily to the size of the players, so everything, it looks right with people standing next to it and the proportions work out. And then you can build in track scale, which you scale things up and the people don't look right, but the locomotives look correct from the front and stuff. If you build player scale, they look better from the side because, they match players and all the other stuff in the world. Mm. But from the front and from the ends and from the top, they're too wide. It looks like they're broad gauge engines because Gary's mod track is broad gauge. Whereas, again, track scale, the equipment doesn't necessarily look right compared to the rest of the world. It looks absolutely massive, but compared to the track itself, it looks correct. And because I build all my stuff scaled off of actual drawings, I go to track scale because it's scaled.
Then you would have a field day with the new blueprint tool that we have on BMNS. Which allows you to pull up an image of a blueprint and you can scale it down to or up, depending.
Or sideways.
That's how I did my tender that I made out of hollows for my mogul. It's pretty decent. It's pretty decent tender. And it's only 3 props.
Oh, you made a hollow tender?
Yeah.
Nice.
It's nice. The only props is the base that I built it on and the bogies.
Yeah, I need to make more 2-foot stuff.
We all do.
See, if only we had 3-foot.
Yeah, 3-foot would be nice, so I don't have to scale down my 3-foot stuff to 2-foot.
Mm-hmm.
The face when Wyville gets... the face when Wyville gets 3 foot. We don't see him for a week. What have you been doing?
Nope.
I've been building.
I've been playing Gary's mod. I built the entire fleet. I built everything.
It's like you build everything and then you go into a deep depression because you have nothing left to build. It's like I have achieved greatness.
I don't know what to do now. I built all the K-36s down to their little personality quirks, and all the 37s and 91 with their special front end, and the siphons and all the C classes and the cars and the rotaries and now I don't know what to do with myself. I've been losing sleep.
I'd be like,
do the units that way.
It wouldn't be like I'm losing sleep. It's like I when's the last time you slept? I don't know.
Sleep is for the weak.
What month is it?
Who needs sleep?
How many weeks into December are we? It's February. Oh, that's
so like 8.
That's interesting.
Jeez. If anybody's listening, don't make 3 foot. We need
3 foot.
We need Wybolt.
Somebody make 3 foot and then put it on Sunset Gulch.
I don't know what you guys are talking about. It just
you get the nervous scratch
start twitching.
You got any more of them blueprints?
I need to go into the archives again, Danielle. We're worried about you, Brett. We can't let you back there. Oh no! Don't worry about me.
I'm fine.
Just need to take some photographs.
This is an intervention.
Yeah.
It's time.
You go to walk into the back room, and there's just a bunch of people sitting like in chairs in front.
So what's new, guys?
I can't let you do that.
I'm sorry, Brett. I can't let you do that.
Also, apparently a train has been added to the game My Summer Car.
What?
Yes.
My Summer Train.
What is this train mechanics?
My Summer Car Train. I've seen this game briefly, and it seems like the most...
It's so stupid and funny.
It seems like the most monotonous thing ever, but it seems hilarious.
It's a roguelike, so if you screw up and die, you go all the way back to the beginning. It's kind of funny. But I have a Steam game with a train in it to show off.
Yep.
It's Train Mechanic Simulator 2017.
No.
Not sponsored by GE.
Now sponsored by whoever sells a lot of headlights. Now sponsored by Pile National.
Great.
Would that make it better, Wyvold? All the headlights are Pile.
Yeah, great. Just feels more like work.
Except
you actually have to worry about the size of the wrenches.
30,000 million spotlights.
It's like people, they're worrying about, we got to get the right size wrench. We got to get the right size wrench. We got to get this. And back in my mind, I'm just like crescent wrench, crescent wrench,
yeah, crescent wrench,
crescent wrench, crescent wrench, crescent wrench, crescent wrench.
Slightly smaller crescent wrench.
It's not released yet, but it's a.
What the fuck?
It's not a VR game. I thought it was going to be, but.
I think it might be at some point, but not now.
Find locomotives around the game world that needs your help and repair them in one of 3 workshops localized in huge 25-kilometer squared open world.
Ted, what the heck? I'm sorry.
It gets worse. You will face all types of damages in all genres of trains.
So we're defacing trades. Well, that's interesting.
No, trains.
Stop.
Diesel, electric,
No.
diesel, electric, and even old school.
Oh, this is the mechanic thing, is it?
Yes.
Yeah.
Old
then you are defacing trade.
And even old school steam units. 9 trains to repair in all types: steam, electric, and diesel. Papen, 25-kilometer world full of railways in different locations. 3 workshops with more than 1,000 parts to repair. Unique economy system. You will decide about strategies of repair and ROI of it.
Can I build my own locomotive with brow check and hookers?
That's what Powder Toy's for.
Somebody put a lot of effort into that game. A lot of time and a lot of effort, and I almost said I condemn them for that.
Condemn them. Bye-bye.
I commend them for that, not condemn them. I commend them for that.
Your sentence. Fixing old school steam unit.
I commend them for that, but as an actual steam mechanic, by definition, I'm a professional, which again is scary, but this is not how Steam works, and this is not how mechanics work.
That's amazing.
And they probably screwed up with that trick somehow.
I just
need to find a way to know.
Oh my god.
Yeah, it's not good.
Again, it's sad because somebody put a lot of time and a lot of effort into that, but just swing and a miss, man.
I'm sure people are going to enjoy it. It doesn't look terrible.
Yeah.
And probably the people that don't know jack shit about trains.
Yeah.
Yep.
Or the people that think they know a lot about trains. And, won't take no for an answer.
You can read books.
Yeah.
Books are smarter than people.
Listen, rocks aren't people.
I mean, certain books are smarter.
Charlotte Green is people!
Spoilers, God. Alright, what else are people doing?
We've been doing a little competition per se in
here we go again.
A game called The Powder Toy.
Oh yes, I've heard of this.
Where we've been using our steam engine or Union Pacific gas turbine of all things, to try and build up our presser, our steam presser, to because for whatever reason, when you burn diesel, it makes steam in this.
Hey, it's something else.
But anyways, the goal is to get to 50 psi this presser by doing various different things.
Oh, okay.
Including, but not limited to, I believe one time I used uranium. That was interesting. You can use diesel, you can use whatever burns.
You can't use propane, though.
Yeah, because the game doesn't have propane.
Dang it.
Even though you could probably make
have propane.
Even though you could probably get away with making the chemical equivalent to propane, whatever that would be.
No, we need propane and propane accessories.
Propane and propane accessories.
No.
Propane.
Yes.
Propane.
God damn.
What?
God dang it.
That boy ain't right.
That boy needs therapy.
Psychosomatic.
And now we're on to something completely different.
And kill memes.
Dank memes.
So, anything?
Don't let your memes be dreams.
I don't know.
Just do it.
But
Don't let your memes be dreams. Air is cold, train is heavy, brakeman is ready, mom's spaghetti.
God damn.
Alright, that's gonna be my termination then.
Oh no.
Your memes come true.
But dreams do come true when they're the CPT-1. Because K&L Trains finally came out with it.
Hey, Cleveland, what else is new?
That's T1.
Wow.
That's about right.
Yes. Yes, it is.
Dash is superfluous.
Mm-hmm.
There is no dash in this
This is
T1.
not the best T1. This is a different T1. Also,
it's not the T1, it's the T1.
No, it is the Selkirk. It will always be the Selkirk to me. That is what it is.
It's Canada.
Oh, Canada.
Canadian bias, choo-choo.
No, we need, here's the thing, though.
Coming soon to the background.
It's the stretch Canuck.
You may...
Yeah, pretty much.
You may be wondering, now that Laro is done with the Selkirk, what's he
gonna do?
What's the new thing on the project list? Oh, it's another one!
Yeah.
Yeah, the freight version of the
It's a second Selkirk.
With a giant snowplow.
I mean...
You can never have enough Selkirk.
I want to hate it, but it's got a wedge plow on it, guys. I can't hate anything that wears a wedge plow. It's like against my... It's against my DNA. Well, yeah, but it has a wedge plow. Like, it gets me.
It gets me.
It
gets us. It gets us. We get each other now. CP, we now have this mutual...
before Hunter Harrison takes over the Colorado Rail Museum.
Yeah, over my cold, dead body.
Yeah, you'll be thrown into the tracks and impaled by a wedge plow.
Yeah, I'll be thrown into the tracks by some random woman.
Yeah. Well, she was actually hired by Hunter Harrison.
Oh, was she? I don't think we can say that.
No.
Like, I'm just gonna say, I really don't think we can say that, and if we can, I don't think we want to say that.
Disclaimer.
Like, at all.
Disclaimer, she was not actually hired by Hunter Harrison.
She was not.
The views of the Terminus podcast do not represent the views of Brett Weibold.
Jeez. So, real quick, I think there's a volunteer at our museum who shall remain unnamed. Ted.
It's always
way to throw him under the bus.
On the forum, he seems to not realize the fact that Jeff works for us.
What?
Jeff posts this thing that it's like, This Week in Golden, and it's, the museum update, and he's the one that gave the 20 announcement, all of that, and Ted gives this comment, Jeff, welcome to the Colorado Railroad Museum. He's been working for us since August. Post is the kind of thing I've been missing for the last year or so. Please add some more to the next issue of the Iron Horse News. I'm sure Uncle Bob would be pleased with the car work.
Copyright.
Yeah, I'm sure Uncle Bob would. Maybe you can put the Colorado Northwestern number 6, now a tool car, onto the freight trucks that are freed up by the new trucks going onto the 50. I'm sad to see a car on blocks for so long. I don't know what CNNW number 6 is. I don't think it's on property. Colorado Northwestern.
I like where...
Wait.
6. Also, this isn't the wrong section because we've officially named museum Mike and Jeff's Backyard Railroad because it's just a massive. I'm just gonna put a
giant that's not saving you.
Thomas, we're putting a giant plywood transformer up at Noagua.
Oh my god!
Like an electrical transformer or like a Einz transformer.
Like an Einstein. No, like a giant ZW controller, or a giant like Tech 6 throttle pack.
Oh my god!
Okay, perfect.
And like weld it to the rails.
That's perfect.
That's great.
Can you get like a giant inflatable to stand there in front of it?
The automatic pilot.
Yeah, exactly.
AI.
The wacky waving art. The wacky.
No, it's the wacky wavy. Wacky.
I used to know this.
Wavy inflatable flailing arm tube man. Wacky wavy inflatable flailing arm tube man.
Yes.
Oh my god.
Hear it. I'm John whatever. Hear it. John whatever's wacky wavy inflatable flailing arm tube man emporium.
The wacky. Yeah.
All right.
Wacky waving arm flailing inflatable tube man.
That's a mouthful.
Yes.
Yes, it is.
How do I have one?
Not as big as a mouthful.
I gave you one for something. I can't remember what it was though.
That's not right. All right.
Well, JDur does have one. He has 0.
Yeah, I have 0 up top and then 1 in the end of the line.
What?
Oh, never mind. I gave it to you instead of Milky.
Ah.
Hey, real quick before we wrap up.
What?
You know what I
still have a couple things.
What? Okay.
Okay.
Let's see. Terrain work on the Equipment Central is continuing. I will release an alpha version soon. When's the next run session?
It's in like 5 weeks, but I'm gonna do Green Gorge because I swear Rail asked me like a year ago to do it, and I forgot. So
Alright.
I owe him that one.
I have a while then. All right, but I'll release an alpha version of the route soon.
All right.
And the model routing. Tiny mistakes are often fatal.
Fatal?
Well,
pennies on the tracks.
Dun dun dun.
Can you
Right,
imagine if that'd be in real life? It'd be a penny that was like a 5-foot radius or 5-foot diameter.
That'd be hilarious. I want I want a giant penny now.
Not last week, but 2 weeks ago, when I went to the train show and got the SC-70 Ace, brought it home, put Wasan in it, and then took it to the train club the following Thursday. Ran it for maybe 10 minutes, and the sound quit. I still had control over the engine, but the sound quit, and I'm like, oh, Jesus Christ, the speaker blew out. So I took it home, and took it apart, and I couldn't figure out what was wrong with it. Sent TCS an email, they didn't help. I talked to Rail, he said that the speaker might have actually blown out, and I would need to buy a new one.
Oh.
But the speaker didn't look blown out. So yesterday I went down to my workbench and took a better look at it. I'm like, the connector that has the speaker wires attached to it wasn't plugged in all the way.
Oh, I'll do it.
Yeah, so unplug it, plug it back in all the way, and it works. So I'm just like, huh.
Good.
I'm stupid.
Real quick. Sorry to interrupt. Gotta go.
Oh, bye.
Termination. White Pass and Yukon is stupid.
Okay.
Right. Bye.
Oh god. All right.
Alright.
Okay. Okay, well, I'll just include that down there later. Okay, so, carry on then.
All right.
Anything else?
the Oregon Sun recently got track addition from Eugene to Albany. So now I can go more places on that.
Oh, yeah, you're right. I haven't heard about it in so long.
The big mega route that, to be honest, doesn't get too much attention.
You should add back No Man's Land.
No Man's Land, nah.
Do it. I'm gonna have a place on the Equinix Central narrow gauge called that No Man's Land. Onto this like stupid steep grade up to a little used mine where you can only run Shays or something.
Yeah. I don't know.
Like any other kind of engine, you would just.
I mean, I remember Rocky's narrow gauge route with a 15% grade.
And you ran Palmer up it like it was no problem.
It was a problem, all right. Are we gonna do this?
That grade has since been redone to 8%.
So what though? Are there any 3-foot gauge Shays for trains?
Yes.
Yes, actually. Yeah. Oh wait, the Russell is a 2-foot, isn't he?
Yeah.
No.
No, it's 2-foot. Is it?
I don't remember.
Pretty sure it's 2-foot.
I'll check Ben
I don't know, maybe I'll make it.
I think he made one.
Just a little 2-foot.
There's definitely got to be one though.
Like on maybe a mile-long 2-foot line that goes up to like 2 mines. I don't know. Make it more fun for operations or something.
Wait for it.
I'm still working on the cog. It gets as the mountain gets taller and taller, it gets more and more difficult to make progress on building it. And also, I'm running into the problem of, you can see the mountain from other parts of the map now.
No.
Except you can't see the mountain, you can see the edge of the tiles that the mountain is on. So, it's beginning to create problems with
before you just fill in all the blank space with the mountain.
That's what I'm gonna have to do eventually, I think.
Jesus.
That was honestly, my ideal trains map is one where you just have copious amounts of scenery in between everything. You know, it's sort of set up like the Iron Horseman route, where there's a bunch of parallel lines and they do this and that, and they go, all over the place. It's not just like one straight line that meanders forever and ever. But, because I always want to have more than one way to get someplace. But the thing that I was eventually going to do way back when with the
Galgora Mountains.
Terminus, Vale, and Anaconda.
The Geiger Mountains was actually already this way, because it was compact enough. But with the Terminus, Vale, and Anaconda, I started filling in the gaps. And I was going to do that. I was going to have everything be one contiguous block of tiles. Instead of
next project after I finish the Equinix Central. Terminus, Vale, and Anaconda, send me the map drawing.
I might have the drawing somewhere still. I'd have to poke around in my garage. But
okay.
Oh wait, to confirm, the Russell say it's 2-foot and there's 3-foot say.
Okay. Good.
Okay. I might make it 2-foot then. Just find some little 2-foot, like little ore cars.
Well, those definitely exist. The Gilpin cars are 2-foot.
Oh yeah. Oh yeah, you can go train bowling in those.
Yes, you can. We did that.
Oh, that was awesome.
And then we got a boat. And then I used Gerald's F40 that goes 100,000 miles an hour. But, anyways. And then Gerald got mad and left.
Yeah.
Good Gerald.
Yeah.
If you're out there, we still love you.
He is a great Pacific Northwesterner, but anyways,
is that all, folks? Actually, Dachshund, what do you do in trains in Gary's mouth? Yeah. What do you do?
I obtain.
Okay.
What do you do?
Do anything in Tane?
I have this really small and poorly decorated route that I'm currently working on.
It's okay if you don't have a name.
Is it called?
I don't really have a name.
It's called default.
No.
No, it's called new route.
Yeah. I just said
it's called go away. I'm working on
it. Sorry, your mic kind of cut out.
You need a better name.
Yeah.
Anyways.
So what?
What's
on the route? Just.
Yeah. What era? Like, tell us about your route.
Yeah. We want to hear about it.
Give us the backstory.
Hello.
It's a small route. It has a port. It has a small gorge-ish.
Yay, gorge.
Yay.
Some woods.
Gorge.
Every route needs a good gorge.
Really? I need to edit the route so there's actually a reason for the tracks to go down and run along the edge of the gorge. Otherwise, it'll just look like they did that for no reason.
Yeah, see, that's the thing. That's the thing you have to keep in mind, your terrain and everything like that. I wish Wybold was here because I talked about this a little while ago. When I was driving back, I was talking to people on the call. Milky, you were there. And I was saying Wybold does minutia so well. If you guys that are familiar with the Iron Horse Chronicles in the audience, you'll know that Davenport is a very intricately decorated city, and so is Johnstown, and so is most of the narrow gauge division. If you see a narrow gauge episode, I feel like the narrow gauge episodes have a higher production value than any other episode because he makes them and not me. But
plus, a lot more special effects goes on too.
Yeah. Well, I think I'm gonna blow the. Aside from Gary's mod stuff, I think I'm gonna blow the special effects count out of the water in A Christmas Cold. Although I don't know how many are gonna be to rule the world. So. Anyways.
Soon.
Anyways, the whole thing with that is, I feel like my forte is really just the big picture, because like you were saying, Dachshund, where you gotta have a reason for the tracks to go in the places they do, as opposed to they just decided to go this way and meander around, and but you'll put railroad tracks in a straight line if you don't have any other. If you don't have any reason not to, basically. And so sending something through a weird area really doesn't make a lot of sense.
Yeah, even if it looks good. Justified.
Yeah, you have to justify it. I've tried so hard when I'm working on the old main to justify all of the weird turns and bridges and things that we do. And it's actually coming along decently, but...
Yeah.
Sometimes it's like, and I'm slowly learning, it's like, I should really be building stuff in more straight lines. I really should.
Yeah, straight lines are boring.
They are, but they're very realistic. Even if you're climbing a hill, you generally will have a lot of straight lines, because, cuts and embankments and stuff like that.
Yeah.
Because you'll just do it.
Even if you just switch back in your way up.
Mm-hmm.
And that's what a good chunk of my switchback is, just straight up. The only real reason why you could is for the switches.
I haven't had a switchback in a route in a long time. I'm just realizing.
Yeah.
I need to put one on the equipment central.
You could probably get away with one on the cog if you wanted to.
Yeah, but you don't need it on the cog. That's
9
the thing
parts
about
switches.
building a cog. I think I've said this before. I'm finding it really difficult to put in a cog appropriate gradient because, like,
it just
the
looks
Washington
ridiculous.
cog, which it's sort of modeled after, has a maximum gradient of over 37%, which is insane and looks unbelievable when you're actually staring at the way the track is from the outside. And I'm building up the mountain, and I'm going, wow, this track is steep, and it's like 5 and 10%. It's nothing. Because you think about it, you build the mountain, and I'm doing the thing more or less where I'm building the mountain first and then building the track up after it. But I sort of have a general idea of where the track's going to go.
Yeah.
But I'll put the mountain there, and I'll go, okay, well now what's the easiest way to get up this? But I shouldn't be thinking that. I should just be saying, okay, I'm gonna go up the side of the mountain. Like, you don't have to meander around. You don't have to find the path of least resistance.
You just have to do it.
You just can go straight up the side of the mountain. It's not that hard. And I just don't do it. And I don't know why, because it's been built into my head for so long that you can't do that.
But on the cog, you can.
Yeah. Alright. Anything else, folks?
Nope.
No.
That's just a good discussion.
I would like to plug our sister series, and I'm the first one to call it that, I believe.
Oh, yeah.
But our friend, who is a Castle Class Locomotive, is coming out with a series much like the Iron Horseman Chronicles, except it's creepy and has weird faces. And is in Gary's mod. Called The Road to Denver, about a railroad that he made up called the TD&W. Well, actually, did he make it up from scratch, or there was an original? There was a TD&W at some point, right? I don't know. Why would we know the answer to that question? I think the answer is yes, but I don't know. But anyways, he has this railroad that he made up, asterisk, called the Trinidad, Denver, and Western, and it takes place out west, of course, in Colorado. And he has his series with his cast of characters and all of the fun Gmod guys you know and love playing parts. Yeah. And, most importantly, me. But there's a trailer. It's going to be down in the cargoes, of course. I recommend you check it out, and I am quite hopeful for them, because we're, sort of spinning our wheels over here. You might as well have something to watch in the meantime.
Yeah.
So.
Yeah, that isn't a cringy Gmod series. I found a cringy Gmod series. I'll send it to you guys.
Oh.
Yeah, so it's going to be their trailer. It's going to be down towards the bottom of the cargoes. Also, one other little housekeeping, maintenance of way addition here. There are now 2 links down in the bottom, down in the way bottom of the chat, which are, if you want to be on the Terminus, click here, and that'll put you in the guest list, which is how you answer the question and get on the podcast if you want to be our guest, like Mr. Quiet over there. And
be my neighbor.
The link below it is if you want to chat about the Terminus. We have created a group specifically for chit-chat with other foamers. I'm in it. Dachshund's in it. I think...
I'm in it.
Yeah, Milky's in it.
You're welcome, Scrubs.
Yeah. Yeah, actually, he made it.
Yeah.
But that's a thing, and it's total chaos, and it's fun. So... One more person, we won't be able to call that group, and that'll be a relief, because I won't have to worry about somebody accidentally calling that group.
Yeah.
But anyways.
Get on Discord if you want to make a call.
Yeah, you can do that.
Yeah, Discord. Red Boat.
Same as plug for Gary's Mod Foamers.
And before we move the Terminus to Discord.
But also, the Terminus guest list is a place where you can submit some news for us to pick up. That's where a lot of our news this week came from. Anyways. Yep. Anyways. I think it is time to terminate. And having the most points, well, tied for the most points with Wybold. Wybold's already given his response, so, Dachshund, what are your last words for this podcast here?
I'm going to look at this episode and cringe.
I do that with every episode.
Oh, I didn't know you watched the podcast. I think we found our one viewer, guys.
Yeah, it was me the entire time.
It was me the whole time.
Hey, you already had your last words. Shut up. Milky?
Once again, I'm going to plug, as I have been for the past couple of weeks, the Logan Electric 21 Fund.
I knew you'd do that, so I already wrote that down.
Yep.
All right, Jader.
Air is cold, train is heavy, brakeman is ready, mom's spaghetti.
Goddamn. Okay, and I'd like to finish this off with something that's very near and dear to my heart, because I'd like to remind everyone, just don't let the fact that the Warriors blew a 3-1 lead distract you from the fact that the Falcons blew a 28-3 lead in the Super Bowl. Go Pats. We'll see you in 2 weeks. Bye, guys.
Bye. See how better.
Shut up.